So we've got the the Eldar Nightwing Fighter. I'm not going to bother using the new name. It's a fairly simple kit for 6, 10, 11 pieces, but you've got 4 different gun options. Now the gun options statistically, star cannon and scatter lasers are the same. Missile launchers are for hitting ground targets, and the bright lances are like las cannons. So if you want to hang out at long range, sniping with bright lances, you can. If you do that, hollow fields are a good idea, because then they re-roll any dice that hit on a 6. So if you go up or down 1 altitude, they'll almost never hit you. I'm going to be assembling these with scatter lasers, because I'm going to have mine as brawlers. And I'm going to come back in a minute with the pieces separated from the sprue, ready to assemble. So this is the pieces cleaned. So I built a couple of fighters as practice. I haven't glued the wings, so they are fully movable. But the fiddliest part of this is making sure you can move the wings. So each wing has a tiny peg and a tiny hole. The tiny hole lines up with this. There's a little peg here. And you can sort of line that up. The issue is that the second you take your thumb away to put this part in, it starts moving. The other thing is, you've got to make sure you don't get glue anywhere that it has to move. So let's put some glue down, and on the bottom we'll put some glue on this bit and a little bit of this bit. So we're going to have glue down where it's not going to be coming into contact with the wings, and there we go. Because I've turned it upside down, I've not stuck the wing, I've not rested the wings on the bottom part but on the top part. There we go. So the rest of it is actually quite straightforward. However, I'm going to use this ultra thin applicator to make sure that the joins all match up. But also bear in mind that because this is ultra thin polystyrene cement, you will get some capillary action. So we're about to put the canopy on, so I've taken much of the glue off before I apply it, because otherwise it'll snake round and melt some bits that aren't otherwise going to be covered. But I'm going to push that, get rid of most of the glue, and then try and get rid of these joins. So some people make a sort of putty, but with extra thin and a lot of pressure you may be okay. So I'm going to keep that pressure there. Again, with these fins, they're all keyed, so there's only one way to put them in, and it's the way that fits. Again, making sure that we're not going to have an issue with glue capillary actioning away from where it needs to be. There we go, and then the bottom. So again, we've got keys to make sure they go in right. You can see how well designed the Aeronautica planes are. They're designed to be built and this has been built in 4 minutes with moving wings. So I really like it. They're a bit fiddlier than the Xiphons and the Storm Eagles, but it's just getting it so the wings move. But otherwise, these are real good. In game terms, they've got a lot of variety in the weapons they can carry. I think star cannons and scatter lasers are pretty much the same if you want to go for short and medium range engagement. If you do want to snipe around at long range, you are going to want bright lances, which are basically the Eldar equivalent of glass cannons. And if you're going to do that, you should really give them hollow fields. So they'll end up being 26 points a model, not 23. But at the moment this is 23 points for something that can do every manoeuvre in the game, rolls 14 dice at short range, 5+ damage, can jink, so you can do an extra hexa movement to arc dodge and things like that, and is generally a nightmare to try and pin down. But yes, if you're an Eldar player, you'll love this. It'll take a little while for you to work out how to do manoeuvres, how to get it all perfect, but rolling 14 dice at short range is going to be incredible. And having a plane where you can switch between subsonic and supersonic. And that looks really cool. If you've liked this video, hit like and subscribe. If you want to chat, leave a comment below. But otherwise, good gaming.